What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another Dragonflight video. So a couple of hours ago, I uploaded a video on some really cool stuff that's coming in the next patch in Dragonflight 10.05, and there's like 13 new mounts, there's battle pets, there's cosmetic items, there's so much cool stuff. In today's video, I want to highlight or talk a bit more about the gold making aspect of 10.05 because there's, well, a lot of people are aware of it just now, but in case you aren't, you're definitely going to find this video interesting. And if you do, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel because there's a lot of news that's going to come up on the latest patch, so you don't want to miss out on any of that, because all of a sudden there's some really good investments to make and you want to jump ahead on those investments before anyone else. And we're almost at 95,000 YouTube subscribers, so whenever we reach 100,000 YouTube subs, I'm doing millions of golden giveaways to you guys, the subscribers. So thank you all so much for the support in the last, I think I've been doing this for like 8 years right now. Really do appreciate it. And a special thank you to everyone that has picked up the 0 to 10 million gold guide. Support has been massive from the start, but especially now in Dragonflight. And it makes me so happy that you guys are enjoying the Dragonflight updates. So if you use the discount code Dragonflight, you'll get it for 50% off, and that includes every single future update done to the book. So whenever there's a new patch or a new expansion, you will receive the updated version of the gold guide sent directly to your mail. But now we're going to look at the good stuff. So before we look at 10.05, I want to take a look at today's hot fixes that Blizzard did. There's not a lot of like really big changes, but there's some worth mentioning. Like, hey, Balanced Druids got slightly buffed for gold farming again. They're pretty much changing Orbital Strike. So, Orbital Strike's targeting Reticle will now match the radius of the damaging spell, and then this one is pretty big. Orbital Strike will now damage targets that are on top or behind the Druid. Now, Orbital Strike talent is really powerful in 2x4 farming. It deals a lot of damage, but it has been an issue where it's been kind of tough to like hit all the mobs because you always have some mobs on top of you and behind you. That is now fixed, so we're just going to get even more damage. Now, another thing worth mentioning is if we scroll down to PvP, and that being this one right here, significantly increases the drop rates of the Infurious recipes. Now, if you guys weren't aware, you could get these recipes from, well, doing PvP, getting the water supply chests in the open world, and they were very expensive because everyone wanting to do PvP or even get easy gear up would buy crafted PvP loot. Now, since the recipes are kind of hard to get, the prices on these crafted items and the recipes have been insanely high. Now that they are more easily obtained, of course, the price on the patterns and also on the crafted item itself should go down in value. So keep that in mind before you invest all your money into crafting these items. When everyone can craft them, obviously the supply can meet the demand way better, right? But now on to 10.05, and the reason why I made this video, it's something that I've made a bunch of videos on whenever Blizzard first announced the news, and that is white and gray items transmog officially coming in patch 10.05. Now that's pretty big, and they also answer some questions that we had regarding this, and that's because like white items and gray items as we know them today they're not bind to your account or your character at all. So you could equip them, use them, and then go and throw them up on the auction house again. So this was obviously the best fix like they could make. If you already possess these items, they will become bind on equip, and you'll need to equip them to obtain the appearance. Items that you do not have in your inventory when the patch goes live will have to be obtained and equipped for the system to register them. If you already possess these items, they will become bind and equip, and you'll just need to equip them to obtain the appearance. So it works just like every other transmog item does right now, where whenever you get if you buy a white or a gray item, or it comes from a drop, they're now gonna be bind on equip. So you use the item, it becomes soulbound, and you can't just put it up on the auction house again, which you can with the gray and white items now. But I don't think a lot of people realize how big of a gold mine gray items and white items could become. If you all played back in the days when Blizzard first introduced transmog items, and you jumped on that wagon, the amount of gold that we made was absolutely insane. And I don't think it's going to slow down now, because now you have big add-ons like ATT, where people that want to collect every single item in the game pretty much just goes on the auction house and scans the auction house for appearances they haven't added to their wardrobe. So they just buy out every single item from the auction house, even if they could just go to the NPC and buy the common items, or go and farm those mobs for those common items. They don't. They have a lot of gold. They would rather just go in the auction house, buy out everything they don't already have, and make a lot of gold. So it's very important whenever the patch goes live that you guys, if you want to jump on this, have like a giant amount of gray and white items that are unique appearance to throw up on the auction house, because the big boys will buy them all day one. Now, this will, of course, make up for good gold farming throughout the lifetime of WoW. That's why I'm super excited about it, because it just opens up a spectrum of brand new gold farms that there was no point in doing before, but now you're doing it for these specific gray and white items. Now, as I said, I've made some videos on gray items and white items that you guys can farm and purchase from different vendors. I'm going to leave the link to those videos down below. And also, once we're closing in on 10.05, once we know when the patch will release, I'll also upload some new videos, because I have a massive list of video topics on gray and white items that I think can do really well. So make sure, once again, to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll be notified whenever that goes live. But that was pretty much it for today's video. So if you guys liked the video, make sure to press that thumbs up. You can always check out the 0 to 10 million gold guide if you haven't already. And I will see all of you guys back in at the next video. But until then, bye-bye.